today was rough. Today was a lot of work. Just saying this all to show you the realities of backpacking, that, you know, not everything turns out the way you think you will.
Hello, Ramona. I can't shake the simplest feeling beyond the ghost. We stand on the opposite shore. Hello, Ramona. I reach through mysterious ceilings, my only hope. I look for the things I don't know. I stand alone. Show me where the ending goes. Honestly don't. I should be the last to know. We're all in this.
Okay, so this is the bathroom that we have at the Hoh Lake Campground. It's an open air one, and these ones, at least open air, are kind of common in Washington. That's what I've found. So that means that like anybody could walk up. If it's a busy campground, it gets a little awkward and you might want to have like somebody else look out for you. This one, there's only one other couple here and they just got done using it, so I think I'm good to go. But look at this mountain view that we have. Oh, gorgeous. That's Mount Olympus and that is the bathroom view. So nice. Anyways, I'm going to go and then I'll catch back up with you. Hi friends, it's Lauren and this weekend we're backpacking Olympic National Park. Yeah! It's Friday, August 11th and right now we are 12 miles deep in the backcountry. Olympic National Park is located in Washington and this past spring I took a solo trip here and explored Olympic's coastline. Olympic National Park offers an array of beautiful landscapes and for this trip we're exploring the Alpine landscape, which offers beautiful mountain views and lots of lakes. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm Lauren. I live in Bend, Oregon. I love backpacking, running, and really anything that keeps me moving. Thank you so much for being here and join me for this backpacking trip. We'll be backpacking Olympic National Park for 3 nights, 4 days, and this is night 1. Our plan is, okay, so night 1, we are staying at Hoh Lake. Tomorrow we're staying at Glacier Meadows, and then our 3rd night we're staying at Hoh Lake again. The drive from Bend to Olympic National Park is a long one. It was about 8 hours, 8.5 total, and we drove half of it last night and then the rest of it this morning. Last night we dropped off my sweet Pookie cat with my mom, and just I drove the rest of the way to Washington and we camped at Sequest State Park. I love to camp. I would like much prefer to camp than stay at a motel, so that's always the option I choose. And then we drove the 5 hours here this morning. We got to the trailhead, which is Solduck, at around, I think it was around noon. We had a fresh lunch and then right after that we hit the trail. Thank goodness we were here.
Hoagies. These are nice.
This one is yours.
Yes, yeah.
This one is mine.
Cheers.
Oop. Right by Solduck Falls. Good. I'll get to see it. We're on the trail for 6 to 7 hours, and during that we covered 12 miles and over 4,000 feet of elevation gain. It wasn't too hard of a day, but you know, the legs are still tired. During it, we passed a lot of little gorgeous lakes. We saw a lot of wildlife. This like screaming marmot on our way to Hoh Lake was hilarious. Oh, its little mouth! We saw a lot of like beautiful deer on the trail. Some drank by the lake by us. A lot in the past, like so close to us. No bear sightings today. And we had dinner by Lunch Lake. Lunch Lake was gorgeous. We took a little alpine plunge in Lunch Lake just to freshen up and to kind of wake us up for the last 3 miles that we had to cover after dinner.
Oh, nice, baby.
All tadpoles. Oh my goodness. There's so many. That's disturbing. And for dinner, we had one of my backpacking meals that I made. This is the first time I was trying it. It was a chili mac, and I made that for dinner last week, and we just dehydrated the leftovers, and it was amazing. Oh, it barely fits in the pot.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Perfect.
Y'all, like, I need to write this recipe up for you, and you need to try this ASAP because it was so good. So since Olympic National Park has bears, we had the option of either bringing a bear can or using their bear hangs. The campsites that we're staying at have bear hangs, so we went with that option so that we could save some weight and space. Really don't like using a bear can unless I need to because they're so heavy and bulky, and the pulley system here worked for us. They did warn us to bring a rope just in case the pulley was out, but it was doing good today. Anyways, it's getting super dark and I'm very tired, so I can't wait to hit the hay and read more of A Court of Wings and Ruins. So I'll catch back up with you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, friends. Oh, okay. Last night I slept so well. Got a good 10 hours in. Went to bed around 10, and it is just after 8 a.m. now. It's gonna be a long day. We have 14 to 16 miles to go, and just the same amount of elevation as yesterday, around 4,500 a gain. But I'm so excited. Go to Glacier Meadows. It's gonna be gorgeous, and we're gonna be able to touch Mount Olympus glaciers later. But first things first on the day is to pack up the tent, get our gear from the pulley system so we can make breakfast, go to the bathroom, and wash up and we'll hit the road. I'm excited for today. Out of anywhere that I sleep, I always sleep the best when I'm camping. I don't know, it's just something. I have the most vivid dreams, I have the most deep sleep, and I feel so rested. Maybe it's because my mind can't race as much, just because I'm like removed from most of my stressors, but I love it out here. Oh, okay, so right now I am packing up all my gear, and on Thursday, the night before, or the night we started our road trip, I filmed a pack and prep with you. Go check that out on my channel. I go over all my gear, all my toiletries, my food, and just how I'm preparing for backpacking Olympic. When I was first starting out backpacking, my gear was a lot heavier, but that was because I was just choosing the more affordable options and using what I had with me. I made it happen. I really wanted a backpack, and first trip, Andrew and I split buying a tent. I bought a new sleeping bag from REI's outlet, and I didn't have a backpacking pack. I literally used one of my day packs, and everything was spilling out of it. It was kind of a mess, but it worked for that trip. That trip was a wild one. We did 52 miles in 2 days. Probably the hardest trip yet, and that was the first. So that was quite a plunge into it, but since I've been hooked. I'm so groggy still. Let's continue packing and get on with the day. This is our campsite for the night, and we moved from our original one because that one was on a slope and near the edge. But this one kind of has some lake views, and it kind of has some mountain views, but also has just a lot of open space and ledges and rocks to sit on, which are nice for eating. So my morning routine in the backcountry is pretty simple. I have some wet wipes to wash my face, and I'll reuse this wet wipe at night as well. And I like to wash my face in the morning because you'll be surprised by how dirty you wake up. Then I have my little deodorant stick. And then lastly, I have my mascara and eyebrow gel that I'll bring, you know, when I feel like it. Okay, so for breakfast today, we have the usual glorious oats. We have the water that's already been heated, so I just need to rehydrate the oats. If you're not using the pour over method with your oatmeal, you gotta start. It has been a game changer. Oatmeal was like the dirtiest thing in our pot, and this change has really helped keep our pot clean for our longer trips. So stir that up to make sure that the water is distributed. And then we got my usual Koava Trail coffee. I have a code with Koava. It's Lauren G10, I think. I'll pop that up on the screen, but this stuff is so good. It is the best instant coffee that I found, and it's so easy to make. All you literally have to do, you could drink it hot, you could drink it cold. I like to drink it hot on the camping mornings and cold if I'm at home. It's just add water. And then make sure that it's all mixed up. But I tried a lot of different instant coffees, and a lot of them are garbage. And this one is so much better than Starbucks's. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. So for the oatmeal that we have this morning, I made my usual brown sugar cinnamon oat packet. And I blend my old-fashioned oats to make them more like instant oats. But these oatmeal has been like the best breakfast for us because it's so easy, nice and caloric, and it fuels us for the morning. Only 66 degrees, and the low last night, let's see, that is not correct. It was 51. Down there to the river, and then we have to go all the way back up to the mountain. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so it's a lunch break right now. It is noon and we've gone 5 miles in 2 hours, 20 minutes. And it's been rough. It's clear that not many people take this trail because it is so overgrown and there is a lot of tree fall, and the Park Service is not really taking care of it, but probably because there's very low traffic. It's also making me dread tomorrow's hike because the way down has been so steep, and it's just gonna be rough tomorrow. So steep and exposed. So I'm very looking forward to lunch. It'll be a peanut butter tortilla, which I love, and then probably a lot of different snacks to supplement that meal. But just want to check in with you. And I also took off my sun shirt because we're going through the forest and it's very humid, and I'm finding that it's, at least not in the sun, it's not really helping me. It's trapping more of my heat, which was causing issues yesterday. I got a headache and I think I was close to getting some heat exhaustion yesterday. So took that off, and the breeze feels so much better today on my skin. I keep on trying sun shirts, and I don't know. Maybe they're not like the best conditions that I'm wearing them in. I've tried them, but they just haven't worked for me so far. So I would love to know your experience with sun shirts and where you wear them, in what conditions you wear them, and what you think of them too. Let's go make lunch.
Beneath the starlit sky, our love's secret line. Like leaves we soar so high beneath the moonlight. The soft touch your hand in mine gets me.
Now we are 8 miles into our hike, and we've stopped at the Hoh River to finally refill on our water. We haven't had a refill since this very morning and very much needing it. All the creek beds have been dry so far, and we finally reached the river. I told you earlier that we were coming down to the river, and we finally reached it. We dropped about 3,600 feet of elevation gain, all of which we'll have to gain back tomorrow, so that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, we finally made it, and so from here we'll follow the river for a little bit. We'll have to cross at some point, and I'm hoping there's a bridge. Don't quite know, because the river is frigid. And after that, we have our climb to Glacier Meadows, where we'll be camping tonight. Once we hopped on the Hoh River trail, we started seeing a lot more people. In the back half of the trail, there was nobody, and it was way overgrown, and there were a lot of fallen trees. It wasn't a lot of fun, and it won't be a lot of fun tomorrow climbing through that again. I'm feeling pretty tired, and we have all of our day's elevation gain right ahead of us, so it'll be an interesting afternoon. Anyways, the hike today hasn't been too exciting. The only more exciting part was that we had to run through these fallen trees that have hornets. Yeah, so we had to run through these fallen trees that had hornets, and the hornets were just like flying back and forth. People warned us of it, and surprisingly my backpack's easy to sprint with. We got through perfectly fine. He's getting us water. So like I said, today's hike hasn't been the most exciting so far, just because we've been going through just the dense forest. Once we reach the Hoh River Trail, it's gotten a lot mossier and greener, which reminds me more of like the Hall of Mosses Hoh Forest area. Growing up in the Pacific Northwest and having hiked a lot of like foresty trails, these forests aren't really that thrilling to me, but I try to look at it from like a new lens, as if I were coming from like a desertous place like Arizona, and how these like such greenery and lushness would be exciting. Anyways, that being said, I'm very excited to get back to the alpine landscapes that I love so much.
Lost in the city lights, our love's electric, right? You make me feel alive. I know July is gone. You make me feel at home in the neon glow. As the leaves change color, I dive into you. The sun
Okay, so we have made started our climb to Glacier Meadows, and we're at 13.3 miles, and it is currently 5 p.m. with 2.4 gain and 3.8 thousand or cave elevation loss. So right now we just climbed into a washout, and on our way up here we had several groups warning us about this washout and saying that we might need a rope to climb down it, or to get our backpacks down and to be very careful. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Okay, that latter part, not what I was expecting at all. It was just this. The trail is wide enough to go down, and then you just use these rocks to scrapple down. So I'm so thankful it was not that bad. But right now, since there's a good water source, we're about to have dinner, and we prepared a ground turkey meat sauce to go with noodles, broccoli, and mushrooms. I'm very excited for that. This is our current setup. Oh, so excited for that meal. Oh, it's a pop filler. And then this is our little washout that we're sitting in. Okay, our last challenge after this, I mean, besides all the elevation that we'll be gaining, people were saying that, okay, so once we reached Elk Lake, there was a sign that said we had, I think it was 2.3 miles to Glacier Meadows, and everybody that we passed they've been bashing on that sign, saying that it's way off. So we'll see how many miles we actually have to do. And The final challenge that people have been complaining about is a ladder that we have to climb up to Glacier Meadows, so I don't know, we'll see what that's like. But we were really hoping to swim at Elk Lake, and weren't able to do that because the trail didn't get to the lake, and the lake was very scummy and like lily paddy. So that was disappointing, and so I'm still sweaty and hot. We didn't get our alpine lake bath today. This looks so good. I'm very ready for this. My body is so ready. Oh yeah.
I'm feeling better that it's getting cooler too.
That's so good. Oh, right here. That is known as fireweed. There's a lot in this little valley. The ladder everybody's been talking about. Totally did not think it'd be this. That's wild. Okay, that ladder part, not what I was expecting at all. And I'm still kind of shaking from it. Whew. But we made it down. Yeah, it did not feel that stable. There was some, huh?
Right as you're near the bottom, it like turns.
Yeah.
I didn't like that part.
No. Some of the rungs are broken. Some of the rungs had giant rocks on them, so you couldn't like place your feet or hands that well.
Yeah.
Or like it removed it from the slope.
And I tried to put my foot a few times on the slope, but it's like, it's slick.
Yeah. And at the end, the friggin' ladder pulls away from the slope and is like really rickety.
Really rickety.
Is like not to scale. Hi friends! Okay, so we made it to our campsite for the night. We're camping at Glacier Meadows, and I would be lying if I didn't say that I'm pretty disappointed with this campsite. Where do I even begin? Today was rough. Today was a lot of work. We hiked for 7.5 hours. We covered 16 miles. 3,500 feet of elevation gain and 4,000 feet of elevation loss. That ladder, the heat and humidity, and this campsite is just in a forest. There's literally no views. Yeah, I don't know. Both Anders and I had heard very high things about this. And maybe it's because of Blue Glacier. It's another like 1.3 miles up, a lot of elevation gain. So maybe we'll rally and do that to make all of this worth it. But I also don't know if I have that gas in me. We'll see. But yeah, I guess one of the only reasons why we chose this campground was because we thought it would offer glacier views, and it doesn't. To have gone all those miles for just another forest campsite is pretty disappointing. Just saying this all to show you the realities of backpacking, that, you know, not everything turns out the way you think you will, and that sometimes there is no reward at the end of your long hike. So smart. Wow, look at that sunset. Isn't that nice? I know, that's why I was making that noise, because I was like, I want to see another marmot.
We did.
Well, we decided to hike to Blue Glacier, and we made it. We'll add another 2 miles to our day and 1K of elevation gain. Good night.